Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at using some big data technology to load and process some large prescriber level data. I've scanned the web and I don't see too many YouTube videos describing this, partially because I think a lot of the data is proprietary. So with any kind of data science exercise, the first thing we need to do is get some freely available data. And then what we can do is we split the files, upload the file, and then do the query. So where you can actually get freely available prescriber data is from the CMS.gov website, because for Medicare and Medicaid, these are government-sponsored initiatives, and they actually do collect some data on it. So in this case, click here, and you can see for Medicare Part D, the most recent one is 2016. Not the latest which, but then for the purpose of what we're doing, just to play around with data, we don't need the latest one. So when you download it, what's going to happen is we will get a zip file, and then the zip file actually is about, let's see, about 3 gigs in size here. So I found is that while uploading this, is a little bit too large. So what I'm going to do is I've written something in Visual Studio Code. This is the Python interpreter, and then we do is just run it. So now it's actually splitting up the files in the background. So you can see from here, if I go back to my Windows Explorer, it's processing file by file and it's chunking it into about 125 megabytes each. I've also moved to my Windows machine, which has a more powerful GPU for a lot of my data science exercises, because the MacBook I'm finding, while it's great, it's a little bit too slow without a good GPU. Okay, so once you have these files, the next step is to upload it to Hadoop, and we're going to use Hortonworks mentioned. So what you do is from the bar, you click here, and there's a files view. So go over to a temp directory you have for Myriad Dev and upload it this way. Click on upload, and what we do is, so we have 2 here. Let's just do 1. So I'll put 1. This is uploading it to HDFS right now. Okay, so now these 2 files. So what's happened is go over back to Embari. I'll go over to Hive. So Hive is another one of the modules within it, and we're going to use the Hive View 2.0. So this is fairly important because it's slightly different. I've pre-created 2 tabs here, loading queries. What I'm going to do is there's already a table that I've created with the exact same structure as the input file. I think I need to change out these columns to decimal and numeric, but we'll do that afterwards. So we have a prescriber Rx table that looks like that, and what I'm going to do is we're going to load the file from HDFS into the Hive table. So let's just execute and run this. It's been submitted. So what's kind of cool is that you can actually tell what's happening in the background. So in this case, well, Hive actually, the sort by job IDs isn't great because it's actually sorting based on alphabetical order. And right now, I mean, it's 1 and 10, so we don't want that. Sort by start time is a little bit better, so we can actually tell, look at the job IDs. So last one just ran. That's the override to that. That actually worked. And now we can actually look at the table. So prescriber Rx, what we have is, let's look at the stats on it. So there's actually about close to 1 million rows here, and we're going to compute this. This is going to take a while, but since it's all distributed, it can run in the background. So that's all fine, and that's basically it. So what we have is we now have some of the prescriber level data into our Hive table, and next step actually is we need to finish waiting for it, and we can do the queries. Okay, so let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so we just recomputed everything. I mean, you can look at stats on a column level, which is actually kind of neat. So this is running on my VM. Hortonworks running on my VM, so maybe a little bit slower, but then it's actually pretty good. Okay, go back to the query. What I do is inside the query, I've already filled in a query, because even though this is the Medicare data that's really available, I mean, there were some prescriber names and parent numbers in it, so I didn't want to show that in this video. So in this case, let's just run something like this. You can limit or you don't limit. So even if I don't put a limit, so it runs pretty fast. So let's just actually try to execute it. Kind of see that this particular drug was prescribed, and this was the total claim count, 30-day refills, etc. So now we actually have a Hive table with all of our data from the Medicare Part D file, which is great. And then we can run other now that's on in a Hive table. We can do further exercises in the future. So look for videos coming soon. Thank you.